In the heart of a high-stakes mission, an F-22 Raptor, piloted by one of America's top aviators, streaks across the sky. While its advanced systems and unmatched agility set it apart, it isn't flying alone. Just off its wing, moving in perfect harmony, is the General Atomics XQ-67A. With its cutting-edge design and stealthy features, this sleek aircraft is the Raptor's loyal wingman. The XQ-67A's advanced infrared search and track systems scan the horizon, detecting threats that radar might miss. It gathers and relays critical intelligence, while its electronic warfare systems disrupt enemy communications and radar. As the mission intensifies, the XQ-67A simulates attacks to draw enemy fire, reveals hidden threats, and acts as a communication relay. It even executes precise strikes on high-value targets, all coordinated flawlessly with the F-22. However, despite its capabilities and seamless cooperation, the XQ-67A, the fifth-generation fighter's most dependable companion, is completely unmanned. There's no doubt about it. Future sixth-generation manned fighters will be significantly more advanced than their predecessors. However, their inherent high value and expense mean that the Air Force may acquire them in much smaller numbers. Given their cost and the risk of loss, these assets could become too precious to use effectively, thereby limiting their operational utility. To address this challenge, the U.S. Air Force initiated the Collaborative Combat Aircraft, or CCA program, an initiative aiming to develop autonomous, uncrewed combat drones designed to work alongside manned fighter jets. Drawing on years of experimentation, analysis, and testing, the primary objectives of the Loyal Wingman program are to enhance combat capabilities through advanced artificial intelligence and autonomous systems, achieve cost efficiency for large-scale production, and ensure flexibility and modularity in drone design. Time and time again, the Air Force Research Lab, or AFRL, has stated that these drones are intended to augment, rather than replace, manned aircraft. Within this comprehensive framework, the Off-Board Sensing Station, or OBSS program, plays a crucial role by focusing on developing unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, that provide essential intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, or ISR, capabilities. These drones, in collaboration with manned platforms, enhance situational awareness and mission success. The OBSS program originated from the Air Force's Low-Cost Attritable Aircraft Technologies Initiative, which began in late 2014 and led to the well-known XQ-58A Valkyrie, the first low-cost uncrewed air vehicle. Building on this resounding success, the AFRL sought to develop a second generation of autonomous collaborative platforms. In 2021, the Air Force awarded contracts for OBSS to General Atomics and Kratos, and in February 2023, General Atomics was selected to advance the program. Following a rigorous 12-month period culminating in a critical design review, the new prototype was ready for testing and for its first appearance. On February 7, 2024, General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, or GAASI, released images of a brand new, fully constructed advanced air combat drone. In an official statement, company spokesman Mark Brinkley said, quote, "General Atomics Aeronautical is very excited to introduce the XQ-67A Off-Board Sensing Station, OBSS, to the world for the first time. We think you're looking at the future of unmanned combat air vehicles. As people learn more about the XQ-67A OBSS, they'll discover it really is unlike anything they've seen so far." The images of the XQ-67A, which carries both General Atomics and AFRL markings, reveal a design that's similar in basic configuration to fellow General Atomics combat aerial vehicle, the Avenger, as well as Boeing's MQ-25 Stingray tanker and the already mentioned Kratos XQ-58 Valkyrie. The design features a broadly splayed V-tail, low-sweep main wing, top-mounted dorsal engine intake, and retractable tricycle landing gear. It also has a chime that wraps around the fuselage. The images of the XQ-67A show a pair of air data probes fitted to its nose and high-visibility orange markings on the wings and tail, indicative of an aircraft bound for flight testing. Sure enough, towards the end of the same month, it was announced that the AFRL's Aerospace Systems Directorate had conducted the successful maiden flight of the XQ-67A. The aircraft took off from General Atomics' Grey Butte Flight Operations Facility near Palmdale, California, marking a key development of the entire OBSS program. According to GAASI Vice President of Advanced Programs Michael Atwood, with this flight, GAASI has validated an innovative concept, developed with AFRL, of a foundational core architecture called genus that can be used to build multiple aircraft species. Essentially, this means that new models can be rolled out more efficiently, at a lower cost, and in greater numbers, paving the way for rapid replication of various UAV types on a standardized genus chassis. Regarding the successful flight of the secretive drone, spokesman Mark Brinkley concluded, quote, "The XQ-67A OBSS is another milestone achievement for our team, and we're very proud of it. It's a very exciting time. We're looking forward to getting into the deep details about the airplane very soon." Even after more than 2 years, details about the OBSS program and the XQ-67A remain very limited. However, it's believed these drones are intended to perform a variety of roles, including airstrikes, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare, designed to operate alongside manned fighter jets like the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. As a loyal wingman, the XQ-67A is expected to extend the surveillance capabilities and operational efficiency of these jets without requiring additional crewed aircraft, which is particularly advantageous considering the significant cost and time required to train human pilots, not to mention the risk of losing human lives during actual combat. The full range of the XQ-67A's capabilities is not yet known. For instance, it is still uncertain whether it will be capable of carrying weapons. However, U.S. Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall has described them as potentially playing 100 roles. The XQ-67A OBSS drone is designed to help manned combat aircraft detect threats more effectively, particularly using infrared search and track, or IRST systems, crucial as they can identify stealthy targets that radars might miss and are not affected by radio jamming. This capability is becoming increasingly important as stealth technology proliferates globally. IRSTs can detect threats passively without emitting signals, thus avoiding detection. Multiple XQ-67A drones equipped with these systems could work together to triangulate and pinpoint threats, sharing this information with fighter jets or other drones. If equipped with radars and electronic surveillance tools, they could be integral to future plans where drones and manned aircraft work in concert, acting as sensors, communication relays, and even executing attacks under human supervision. It seems like the XQ-67A drone is not alone. Following the first flight of General Atomics XQ-67A, developed under the OBSS program, a higher performance, more deadly counterpart, known as the Offboard Weapons Station, or OBWS, has been announced. This top-secret cousin boasts enhanced performance and weapons deployment capabilities. According to an Air Force Research Lab statement, quote, "The OBSS was viewed as slower while carrying sensors, but has longer endurance, while the OBWS was considered faster and more maneuverable, with less endurance but better range." The concept of a killer companion to OBSS's Hunter is the natural progression of the Air Force's plans. This dual approach would better justify the existence of the OBSS, which seemed somewhat limited on its own. Having both drones potentially share a common core allows for extensive experimentation with uncrewed teaming efforts and modular designs. The AFRL's press release suggests that some development work on both OBSS and OBWS was conducted in parallel. However, whether the OBWS concept has progressed to a flying prototype like the already finished XQ-67A prototype, or is still in deep development, remains unclear. It's also unknown which company or companies might have been contracted to develop the OBWS air vehicle. The United States Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program seems to be moving fast. Since the General Atomics XQ-67A prototype's first flight on February 28, 2024, an additional 2 successful test flights have been completed, setting the groundwork for a successful production and flight test program. According to the Air Force, the service is on track to make a competitive production decision for the first increment of these loyal wingmen in fiscal year 2026 to have a fully operational capability before 2030. The service also states the program aims to deliver at least 1,000. Eventually, hundreds of thousands of drones will be built, worth billions of dollars. While not specifically mentioned, XQ-67A likely forms part of the U.S. Replicator program that will hopefully see mass-produced autonomous weapons like drones to counter issues like China's rapid militarization. The plan is to help the United States maintain its military dominance for more than 70 years, shepherding the United States Air Force into a new, increasingly uncrewed era. At a time when the Russians and Ukrainians seemingly look backward to fight through trench warfare reminiscent of wars in the past, great powers like the United States are developing cutting-edge technology to fight the battles of the future. Deputy Defense Secretary Kathleen H. Hicks, in remarks made at the National Defense Industrial Association's Emerging Technologies for Defense Conference, said that for the past 20 years, the People's Republic of China has built a modern military carefully crafted to hinder the operational advantages the United States has had for decades. As stated, quote, "We must ensure the PRC leadership wakes up every day, considers the risks of aggression, and concludes, today is not the day. The one advantage they can never blunt, steal, or copy, no matter how hard they try, is American ingenuity, our ability to innovate, change the game, and in the military sphere, to imagine, create, and master the future character of warfare. The General Atomics XQ-67A drone is here to achieve just that."